Hey, good evening, everybody. How you all doing? This your boy Rob Thomas Jr. and this is the real news. Oh, let me get that. This is the real news behind the news. Yeah, today is Saturday, May 1st, May Day. Day where a lot of crazy stuff happens. 2021. And I apologize, y'all. We supposed to do this video at 6, but unfortunately, y'all know how it is, being the black version of the news. Black people ain't never always on time. And, I had some circumstances arise where I had to take care of something, but I'm here. Those of you all here that's watching, please hit the like and subscribe button for me so that we can get as many people to come in, because although we're going to keep this show brief if we don't get that much input from our subscribers, this show is going to go hard in the paint. Now, before we go off into the subject that you see in the title of this video, I'm going to run down some of the latest news that's been happening today or throughout the course of this week. And if you all are not aware, we have had another mass shooting here in the United States of America. Let's go and see if we can pull up this article right here. Hold on. My computer is freezing. All right. We're going to pull this story up. This story is said it's still developing, but this comes from the Daily Mail. 7 people are injured in mass shooting at Wisconsin. Get off my screen. 7 people are injured in a mass shooting in Wisconsin. Hold on. Let me get this advertisement off of my screen. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and read this article for you all. And you all respond by leaving your comments, questions, and all that. But please, if you're here right now, hit that like button for us and that share button. Let me get all these ads out the way. All right. And again, this is coming from the Daily Mail. Let me refresh this. Maybe I can get these ads off here because these ads are blocking me. All right. 7 people are injured in mass shooting at Wisconsin casino before police arrest suspected gunman. So it had to be a white dude. I'm hoping. I could be wrong, but the only time a mass shooter gets arrested, he gotta be white, because Negroes get shot and they ain't even shot nobody. 7 police are injured in mass shooting. Gunman is arrested. Get off my goddamn screen. All right, let's see what we got. Police swarmed the Oneida Casino in Green Bay, Wisconsin on Saturday evening after a gunman went on a shooting rampage, leaving 7 people wounded. The casino warned of an active shooter situation in a tweet posted at 9:18 p.m. and told people to stay away from that area. Wait a minute. 9:18 in Wisconsin. Okay, yeah, Wisconsin is an hour ahead of us. All right, the casino later said the suspect was in custody. Officers were spotted drawing their weapons as they entered the casino on Saturday evening. Footage taken from the casino car park showed people appearing to run away from the building as officers with their arms drawn arrived. There is currently an active shooter situation in Oneida, I guess that's Oneida Casino, it tweeted. Several law enforcement agencies are working to secure the location. Please do not go near the main casino on Highway 172. A few minutes later, the Oneida Casino updated their statement to say that the suspect had been arrested. Again, he had to be white, because Negroes don't get arrested when they do a shooting. Negroes don't get arrested when they get pulled on the side of the road and got a knife in their hand or pocket. Shooter is in custody. 7 people are shot. Authorities are currently working to clear out the casino. Multiple law enforcement agencies are on the scene. And that's all we get from hold on now. At 9:15, the casino issued another statement saying that Oneida Casino location would be closed until future notice. On its website, the Oneida Nation said that it originally from upstate New York. The suspect. Wait a minute. On its website, the Oneida Nation says it is originally from upstate New York. Its law says it lost. Wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. Y'all need to check Daily Mail. Y'all need to check it. It lost nearly 5 million acres of homeland of people relocated to Wisconsin. So I guess that's those Indians, the native tribe that sponsored this casino. Which again leads me to ask the question: how do all these other people get some type of reparation from our government? Well, we as black folks ain't getting jack. We have not even gotten a conversation with them concerning reparation. But again, even the Native Americans, they're getting a lot of benefits in form of reparation in form of benefits. They get a lot of land, they get tax breaks, they get opportunity to send their kids to college, tuition free in a lot of cases. They get money to put off into these casinos. When we as black people asked for reparation, we told to shut up, Negroes. There's nothing to see or hear here. That was too long ago. That was ancient history. When in reality, I'd be damned if it was ancient history, because again, my mother is 69 years old. He was alive here in Freeport when she couldn't drink out the same water fountain as white folks downtown. So there, y'all take that. That's a developing story. Again, coming out of Wisconsin, there was an active shooter. Now we're seeing more and more about these active shooters and mass shootings, which these things have always been taking place. But now we're seeing more emphasis on them because they are on a push. Certain entities are on a push to take away your guns, to basically do away with the Second Amendment. And that's why we're seeing these stories. Although we got one comment already. Is that why? No, that's my comment. Well, I put the cash up. Please, y'all hit that cash up. That's one reason why we was late. I had to get out of here and hustle and make sure we paid for this room. We paid up until we paid for the 2 days we were behind. But anyway, first again, before I go any further, Miss Mary, Holly Nicholson, I really want to thank you all for being the blessing that you all have. I remember what day that was I did that video, and I was asking everybody to help us out so we can get this checking account up so they can deposit that $10,000 grant that we just got blessed with. Nobody on that video responded. Miss Mary actually saw the video the next day and came through and gave us everything that we needed to open that bank account up. Miss Mary, you are truly one of the greatest blessings that God has ever bestowed in my life. I really thank you. Holly Nicholson, you are truly a blessing. I called you again and asked you, hey, can you give me 8? You gave me this. So I thank you all. And if you all really want to help us, man, help this channel keep going, man, please hit that cash out. But let's go to another story. And then we're going to get down to the question is about God and black people. Because it seems like God really don't give a damn about black people, although black people are his biggest champion. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we got. There's another story I wanted to read. I saw earlier today, and it's going back to UFOs or unidentified aerial phenomena. Y'all don't like to hear about that. Anybody that talks about this is considered a kook. But let me ask you religious people something. Didn't it say in the Bible when Jesus, after Jesus was crucified and all that, he was taken up into heaven? And if he comes back like the Bible says, he's supposed to be coming back standing on the clouds. Don't that sound like an extraterrestrial? Y'all don't want to believe in UFOs or extraterrestrial, but everything about your Bible. Do you realize when you really read your Bible for yourself, the Bible is nothing, talks about nothing but extraterrestrial encounters. If Jesus came back the way the Bible says he come back, do you realize he's considered an extraterrestrial? Guess where he lives at now? Guess where he's originally from? He's not from the earth. He's from outer space, heaven. If y'all want to call it heaven or whatever, that's where he's from. If he comes back, do you realize he's an extraterrestrial? So y'all preachers don't want y'all to hear that, so y'all won't listen to it. But the truth is what it is. If Jesus come back standing on a cloud, don't y'all realize that will make him an extraterrestrial? So why y'all can't believe in extraterrestrial activity or extraterrestrial life? We're gonna talk about that once we finish going down these news stories. For you all that's off in the sports, LeBron returned from his injury. He said, I don't think I'll be ever get back to 100%, because when you get older, your bones just don't heal. Let's see. Decorating scandal. This is all in Britain. Dating app meetup led to alleged murder, arson, and 2 deaths. Y'all be careful out there meeting people online. When you meet people online, man, guess what? Most times they online lying about who they are. And you won't know who they are until they meet you and probably kill you. That leads me to ask, Craigslist. Who is Craig? How did Craig come up with this list? And Craig must be white, because Craig had a lot of people getting murdered for meeting each other off of his list. Who is Craig and what is his list? Reparations are going to help us out because black folks don't know what to do with the money when we have. Hey, Brad, you right. And you know what I say? And it kind of goes along with what you saying, Brian. If they were smart, they would give us reparations. They would give every black person at least $50,000 piece. You know why? Because most Negroes are going to go out and buy dumb shit. Rims for their cars, big screen TVs, motherfucking dope. Black folk going to go out and fuck that money. Most of, I'm going to say majority of black folk going to go off and fuck that money off, and they going to get it right back in the form of taxes off of the material objects that we buy. So they really wouldn't be losing nothing. You don't know how to keep the revenue. We don't know how to, exactly. And that's part of the problem. And I'm going to mention that when we go on our subject about black people and God, because black people going to go to church tomorrow, give Jesus all this money. But in the process, pastor and them going to take that money to a bank on Monday morning and deposit it. The bank will not give the members who donated that money to Jesus a loan. And all that money that's taken in every Sunday is leaving our community, bro, going into a bank that won't even give Mother Johnson a fucking loan. And she been paying tithes for the last 30 years. Mother Johnson been paying tithes for 30 years. And every Sunday morning, they get all this money, take it to a bank on Monday morning. They won't even let the members of that church get a loan. Yeah. And we're going to talk about that because black people don't want to hear that. But yet still, when I ask black people to hit the cash app to help me pay for another night in this room, I'm begging. But they go to church tomorrow and give Jesus all this money through pastor. It's the craziest shit I ever saw. Okay, here we go. How Pentagon started taking UFOs seriously. I'm going to read that a little bit later. Let's see if we can find a few more articles. I really want to get off into this article. I mean, to the conversation that that the title of this video is about. Blacks and God. Does God really care about black people? Let's see if we got Britney Spears' daddy said that she has dementia. He wasn't saying that when she was making all that money for him. Most of these parents pimp their kids out. Like in the case of R. Kelly. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all, even though R. Kelly has to be held accountable for what he done, how many of y'all really realize that if it wasn't for the parents of those young ladies, R. Kelly wouldn't have been in a lot of those situations. In a lot of those situations, those parents should be right in prison, right alongside R. Kelly, because they pimped the shit out of their kids, man. They pimped them kids to R. Kelly, man. Now R. Kelly's sitting in prison, facing all this time, and the parents walking away scot-free. But guess what? As long as R. Kelly was able to give them money, them parents didn't give a damn about their daughter. They knew where they were. They knew where they were. They knew who they were with. So again, yeah, we're gonna go get off into that. The Washington Post, New York, and New York Times may retract the story that Rudy Giuliani was warned by the FBI that he was a target of Russian disinfo. All that shit is nothing. Y'all seen where they arrested, where they went in there and searched Rudy Giuliani's house. Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump like this. There's a lot of stuff going. That's a developing story. And I promise y'all, we're going to keep more and more tabs on that. Let y'all know what's going on this week. Because it's all about, really, when it comes to Trump, the establishment agenda is to keep him from running for office in 2024. Because the Democrats know they can't beat it. So they're going to do everything they can to discredit Donald Trump. Now, if they really want to fuck up Donald Trump, arrest him on his ties with the mob. Arrest him for that war crime. Let him go. I mean, extradite him to Iran or Iraq, where they actively have an arrest warrant for him for the murders that he committed when he called that drone strike on that Iranian general. If you really want to get rid of Donald Trump, that's how you do it. But they're not going to do it because it will implicate too many other politicians, Republicans and Democrats on both sides. Because y'all notice, the only time the Democrats and everybody was cheering Donald Trump in Washington, D.C., when he ordered that war crime, that illegal drone strike on that Iranian general. So if they really want to do something about Donald Trump, that's all they got to do is arrest him on that war crime that he committed over there when he called for that bombing. When he called for that bombing on that Iranian general. So other than that, man, we're going to keep y'all informed with the story. let's see. What other story we got? Again, I'm just going down some of these stories from the headlines, and again, we'll be able to do something a little bit better next week. How guest pro group for Travis Stone said that he didn't take it down from anyone seeking pardon. He apologized for demeaning. Gamer found dead clutching Xbox controller after all-night session. Y'all don't realize what we're seeing in our country, and especially in our communities, is put like this. I keep telling people. People ask me, "Well, what's the solution, Brother Rob, to a lot of this violence, a lot of this stuff that's going on in our neighborhood?" And I try to tell people, well, as far as people, just say 25 years and over, it's pretty much almost hopeless unless they can catch on to this one concept. But you as a parent, if you have young children, take these motherfucking smart devices away from them. Take these video games away from them. Take all the access to this smart technology away from them, because the smart technology is making our generation dumb as heck. These devices are designed to think for you, which takes away your thought process. And hence, what happens when people are faced in high pressure situations? They don't know how to think. They don't know how to formulate a quick thought process. They respond off emotions and stuff that they've seen on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, video games, TV, the latest movie. This is what's happening. Your smart devices are contributing to the dumbing down of America. Brother Brian says, we always talk about black power, this, and black unity, but we'll turn around and sell poison to our own people like it ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah. And the first thing we talk about is white supremacy. White supremacy ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. Well, white supremacy bringing the poison in. But you as a small, so-called logically thinking black person, if you know the dope game is just a fucking game designed for us to lose, how stupid would you have to be after serving, getting convicted 3 times? You got 3 dope charges, 3 felonies, and you gonna go back out there and try that shit the 4th time like it's gonna work? Well, I only sold that white, I only sold crack back in the past, and that's why I got arrested. This time I'm gonna sell X pill and powder cocaine. That's the way a lot of us Negroes think, as opposed to understanding. But no matter what the fuck I sell, instead of getting a job or what I steal, if you're gonna steal something, nigga, steal a lawnmower, a rake, and a blower, and go out there and get you an LLC and do that shit legally. Go out there and rake yards. That's what I do. I mean, we're black people. We love to blame everybody else for our stupid ass decision making. When something good happened, it was God blessing it. As soon as something bad happens, the devil at work. Oh, so God and the devil ain't have nothing to do with you making that dumb ass decision to get out of jail on your 3rd felony. You just did 10 years flat. Now you're back on the street selling dope again. And when you get arrested, and Satan was troubling me. No, Negro, that was you making dumbass decisions. And we're gonna talk about that again as we go on. Please, y'all. I know it says 4 y'all. Y'all give me a second. Hold on a second. Let me turn this chair up a little bit. Chat, get from under my chair. Chat. Move, girl. Little bad puppy. Move. Y'all give me a second. Let me turn this air up a little bit, man. Hold on. Get from under my chair, chat. Okay, I apologize for that. Sorry. Brother Brian said we should worry about what the pale faces are doing and focus on issues at home in our country. No, sir, bro. I agree with you, but I have to disagree with you, because if you do not understand what your government is doing overseas, you will never understand what's going on here in your country. Can you tie together what's happening with the Palestinians and black people? Can you put that together, brother Brian? In order to understand what's going on in your neighborhood here in America, as a black man, you have to understand what they're doing over in places like Iraq, and in particular, especially in Palestine, because the tactics and the techniques that they perfect overseas, well, can't nobody here in America see. They bring them right back here to you and I in the United States. So you have to understand what's going on around the world. in order to understand what's even going on in your neighborhood, bro. Because if you don't know what they're doing to the Palestinians over in Israel, you'll never have a clue as to what's going on in your neighborhood. Because the same tactics of oppression, the violence, and all that shit that they do to us here, they learn that shit from what they learned from the Israelis and the way they treat the Palestinians. For your economic government, your police structure and all that shit, they practice that shit overseas and then they come and implement it here. You have to understand what's going on overseas in order to understand what's going on here. That's why black folks are clueless. We think the police just shooting us down, but don't understand why they're shooting us down. Because you got, first of all, let me show you the game. You got mentally ill motherfucking people coming back from these wars overseas where they have been allowed to murder, maim, rape, torture indiscriminately all these people. Now these people are suffering with quote unquote post-traumatic stress because they did all these illegal activities overseas. And when they come back home, what's the first job they apply for? Police officer. So you got all these people that committed all these atrocities overseas coming back home, being put on your streets. In the case, in some of these neighborhoods that look worse than the shit that's overseas. So you got a bunch of mentally ill now, post-traumatic stress suffering cowards who killed all these people overseas in your neighborhood, bro. So yeah, you got to understand what's going on overseas in order to even begin to understand what's going on in your neighborhood. So I have to disagree with you on that one, Brother Brian. I mean, that's a good observation. But no, sir, no, sir, no, sir. You have to understand what's going on around the world because we live in what? A global society, a global community. Your police on your street, the majority of them that came from overseas, man, and committed all these war crimes, and now they're in your neighborhood, committing crimes in your neighborhood. They got away with it overseas, and they're getting away with it here in America. Yeah, you have to understand what's going on overseas in order to understand what's going on right here in America, in your neighborhood, in my neighborhood. Because the policies that they implement overseas, they perfect them over there. And they bring them back here and implement them. Yes, sir. So keep. Hey, Brian, I appreciate your comment. You are making this show better than what it would have been because people have to understand you all comments are the most important part of this broadcast, man. If we don't have comments, I'll end these videos in 10 or 15 minutes. I'll say what I have to say, and then I'm done with it. But by you all commenting, that opens up the floor for dialogue. Now, you express your opinion, I express my opinion. We hope somebody else come in and express an opinion on what you and I both said. So to those who have come, who just now joined us, please hit that like button. Please hit that share button. And before it's over, I'm going to be like the pastor. Again, just like the other video, the other night when I did the video and said I needed $100 to open up that checking account. Nobody donated to a nigga. Nobody gave me nothing. The next day, though, Miss Mary came in after seeing the video later and bless her heart, gave me everything I needed to open up that check account. Now, hopefully by Monday or Tuesday, that $10,000 will be in my bank account. But before Monday or Tuesday, I got to pay these folks the rest of the rent here. I've been out all day trying to hustle. I basically cut a couple of yards, did what I needed to do. I'm caught up up until today. Well, yesterday. I got to pay for at least till Monday. So please hit the cash out. People gonna go to church tomorrow and get Jesus all in money. But anyway, let's go to another story. But hey, Brother Brian, keep coming with the comments, man. I really appreciate them. We need these. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and read this. All right. On how Pentagon started taking UFOs seriously, as if they didn't know that shit has been. Come on, man, the Pentagon been knowing about this. A lot of the technology that we have today comes from extraterrestrial technology. Your Russian government been admitted it. It's just now here in America, they don't have no choice but to admit it because of cell phones and other technology that we the citizens have. We're taking pictures of all these crafts All these phenomena that we're seeing, and they can no longer hide it. They can't keep it on lock. So now even your Pentagon, your federal government has to acknowledge there's something out there that we don't know what it is. Remember when I posted that was on Facebook, what Ted Cruz, not Ted Cruz, Mark Rubio, the congressman from Florida, came out. He had to come out and admit it. He said, man, there's too much shit appearing over our military bases that we don't know about. Too much shit appearing over military bases over all around the world that nobody can explain. We need to start having honest discussion about this. When your congressman and your government comes out and tell you there's shit not from this earth that we don't know about flying over military bases all over the world, that's serious, y'all. That's deep. But don't nobody want to hear about it because it sounds like a conspiracy theory. You don't want to be labeled crazy for talking about it. But when you go to church, your pastor don't tell you that when Elijah was taken up, he said it looked like chariots of fire coming down from the sky, picked him up and took him back out of space. It don't want to tell your church don't want to tell you how when God said in the book of Genesis, let us go down there and create man in our image. It don't want to tell you about Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. And the sons of daughters sons of God looked down upon the daughters of men and saw that they were beautiful and went down there. Do you all realize your Bible gives you more examples of UFOs or extraterrestrial or aliens or whatever? It gives you more examples than any other motherfucking document on the planet. But your pastors don't want to tell you this. This is knowledge that is forbidden for the average person to know. But thank God, the subscribers of the YouTube channel, The Real News Behind the News, are not average people because you all seek to have knowledge, real knowledge and understanding. And that's why y'all follow a crazy Negro like me, because y'all know, even though it sounds crazy as heck what I'm saying, there's an element of truth to everything I'm saying. Now let me read this. This is coming from the New York. This is not some news organization that just put together a Facebook page or a YouTube channel and put this shit out. This is coming from a well-established news source. And again, the question, what this news source is saying, and again, it's the New Yorker. Matter of fact, let me post the link. I'm gonna go ahead and post the link to this video in the comment. To this story, and you all can go and check it out for yourself. All right, give me a second. Let me post it into the comment. Hold on, Brian Brooks says, "Dad, let me see what your comment is saying." Damn, Brian, you've been saying a lot. All right, let me go back and read your comment, Brian. We always taking black power, talking this black power and black unity, but we'll turn around and still pour. Exactly. Those who talking that black power shit, man, then I stay away from it. Because 9 times out of 10, first of all, if you talking black power and you going to church tomorrow, you now already made discredit yourself in front of me. And we're going to talk about that in a minute when we go talk about our original topic of the subject. How the fuck you going to talk black power when you still worshiping the God of the oppressors? You're worshiping the God that the oppressors gave you. So yeah, I agree with that. They ain't going to do shit to Trump. They ain't going to do nothing to Trump. You're right, Brad. Because Tony Snow say, preach, brother. What's going on, brother Snow? They not going to do nothing to Trump. Because if they do anything to Trump, it's going to implicate too many other politicians. And it's going to basically turn your system upside down. That's why they ain't do nothing to Hillary Clinton. Think about it. They ain't do nothing to Hillary because they knew if they wouldn't say, Hillary, going to arrest you for all that shit you did with that illegal server, Hillary going to say, well, look, I'm going to name this person. I'm going to name this person. She could have shut your whole government down, just pointing out the corruption that everybody else was involved in. This is why they're not going to do nothing to Trump. This is why your politicians can do shit and get away with it, and nobody even touch them, bruh. Because they know who's having sex with little boys and little girls. They know who's really taking money from Russia, China, and all these other countries. So they're not going to do none of these people. Anyway, y'all keep hitting that like button, man. Please. I'm going to put this cash tag up here one more time, too, man. I need y'all to hit that cash tag. I really need to make $45 to go get these folks at this office that'll clear us to Monday And by Monday, we should have our money, that 10,000 posted into our account. Oh, that would be so very lovely to get that 10,000, because that get us out this hotel room, get a vehicle, get the material we need for our job, for my business. We'll be blessed. But please, y'all can, 4 people, please donate $10. That's cash app. Let me go ahead and read this, and then we're gonna go back to y'all comments. Now, this again coming from the New Yorker. Hold on a second. I had a cup of water. Y'all give me a second. One more second. Let me get this cup of water. And if y'all look, that's the what I just posted is the link to this article right here. I had a cup of water somewhere. Hold on. Y'all give me a second. Fuck, where's my water, child? Chop, did you take that water? Little big head puppy. Good girl. They make you feel better, baby? They make you feel better, bad, pretty girl? Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. My throat's getting kind of dry. But we're going on. Let me read this article, man. Then we're going to get off into what we really are planning on talking about tonight. Now, again, this is coming from the New Yorker. How the Pentagon started taking UFOs seriously. On May 9, 2001, Stephen M. Greer took the lecture at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. in pursuit of the truth about unidentified flying objects. And if y'all don't know who Stephen Greer is, he was a doctor. I mean, very intelligent, well-respected man who basically left his practice as a doctor to pursue these UFO phenomena. And he basically one of the biggest participants in this this, I guess you could call this media entity called GIA, G-I-A. Y'all go ahead and look and check that out. It blows your mind. I don't subscribe to everything that they say, but a lot of this shit, 85, I say 75% of the shit that they telling y'all is real. Your government has been covering this shit up for a long time, bro. A lot of the tech. Let me ask y'all a question. What do you think you get the technology for cell phones and shit like that? Let me show you a basic premises on how cell phones work. I take my cell phone right here. Remember back in the 70s, if you were born back in the 70s and really early 80s, you had these big ass rotary dial telephones. You had these big ass push button telephones. And your long distance, you couldn't call your family long distance because they were charging them the $5 a minute to talk long distance. But now you got a cell phone where I can sit right here in Freeport, Louisiana, dial your number way in Detroit, Michigan, and a beam will shoot my motherfucking information up into the sky, bounce off a satellite here from Freeport, and land to your phone in Michigan. That technology is not from the earth, bro. Because guess what? You got to go into outer space, even for that technology to work. Internet. You can talk to anybody on the planet right now from the internet. How does it work? Again, a series of X's and O's are bounced from your router, from your server, wherever you at, up into outer space, hits a satellite, and it's beamed back down to the people that you're talking to over in Africa. This shit is not from the earth, bro. This technology is far advanced. Let me go ahead and read this article. Read this article. On May 9, 2001, Stephen Greer took the lecture at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. in pursuit of the truth about unidentified flying objects. Greer, an emergency room physician in Virginia and an outspoken ufologist, believed that the government had long withheld from the American people and its familiarity with alien visitation. He had founded the Disclosure Project in 1993 in an attempt to penetrate the sanctum of conspiracy. Greer's reckoning that day featured some 20 speakers. He provided in support of his claims a 492-page dossier called the Disclosure Project Briefing Document. Y'all read that when you get a chance. The Disclosure Project Briefing Document for public officials too busy to absorb such vast tract of suppressed knowledge. Greer had prepared a 95-page executive summary of disclosure project briefing document. After some throat clearing, the executive summary began with a brief summary in which included a series of bullet points outlining what amounted to the greatest secret in human history. Over several decades, according to Greer, untold numbers of alien craft have been observed in our planet's airspace. They were able to reach extreme velocity with no visible means of lift or propulsion, and to perform stunning maneuvers at G-forces that would turn human pilots to stoop. Some of these extraterrestrial spaceships have been downed, retrieved, and studied since at least the 1940s and possibly as early as the 1930s. Efforts to reverse, sit your ass down, child, get over there, get back over there. Efforts to reverse engineer such extraordinary machines had led to significant technological breakthroughs in energy generation. These operations had mostly been classified as cosmic top secret. Let me ask y'all a question. Why do you think Donald Trump actually created another branch of the military? Tony Snow say internet, Teflon, microchip. Exactly. He also said X-ray vision, lasers. All that shit is beyond mankind grasp, brother Tony. For real. But let me ask you a question. Why do y'all think Donald Trump created a whole new branch of the military? You got the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine. Now you got the United States Space Force. Why do you think that man created a whole motherfucking extra branch of the military dealing with outer space? Let me go on and continue this, and we're going to talk about that. All right. These operations had mostly been classified as cosmic top secret. A tier clearance, 38 levels above what typically granted to the commander-in-chief. Do y'all realize what he just said? They got a level of clearance that even your president is not privileged to. 38 levels above that typically granted to the commander-in-chief. And y'all people sitting around here thinking that people who are seeing this shit are crazy. But when you look at what's going on now with everybody got a cell phone, going back to that technology, people are recording this shit all over the world. When you got congressmen like, again, Mark Rubio, saying that we got to find out what the fuck are these objects over our military bases, over the military bases in Russia, China. This shit is a little bit more deeper. But Pastor's not going to talk about this tomorrow, is it? Is it? Pastor ain't going to say nothing about this tomorrow because he don't want you to understand that even if he right, his version of Jesus is an extraterrestrial. Anyway, Greer asks, how such transformative technology has been hidden for so long? This was obvious. The socioeconomic and geopolitical order of the world was at stake. The idea that aliens had frequented our planet had been circulating among ufologists since the post-war years, when a Polish imager, George Adamowski, claimed to have rendezvous with a race of kindly Nordic-looking Venusans, from the planet of Venus, who were disturbed by the domestic and interplanetary effects of nuclear bomb tests. And I told y'all once before in another video, these phenomena started appearing more frequently on Earth when the United States sadistically, let me give y'all a game and I'm gonna go back to this article. Do y'all realize that in World War II, Japan had they surrendered. They were formally about to surrender in World War II. And the United States dropped those two bombs, one on Nagasaki and one on Hiroshima, just to prove a fucking point. Sadistically, they dropped these bombs when they did not have to, because Japan had all but formally surrendered in World War II. The United States dropped these bombs to show the rest of the world we got this type of shit and we are not afraid, and we are so psychopathic, so psychotic that we will use this technology. And ever since we dropped those nuclear weapons, History will show you if you do the research. Visitation from unexplained places have tripled. Now again, let me go back and read this last verse. George Adaminsky claimed to have rendezvous with a race of kindly, Nordic-looking Venusians who were disturbed about the domestic and interplanetary effect of nuclear bomb tests. In the summer of 1947, an alien spaceship was said to have crashed near Roswell, New Mexico. Conspiracy theorists believe that vaguely anamorphic bodies had been recovered there and that the crash debris had been entrusted to private military contractors who raced to unlock alien hardware before the Russians could. Documents unearthed after the fall of the Soviet Union suggest that the anxiety about an arms race supercharged by alien technology was mutual. Do you all hear what I'm saying? The Russians knew what the fuck was going on, and they was willing to put it out there. The United States found this craft and tried to keep it secret and try to reverse engineer it so they can learn the technology before the Russians did. Vladimir Putin and all that shit, they don't have no problem talking about unidentified objects and shit like that. What we used to call them UFO, but now they got a new term, unidentified aerial phenomenon. It's not UFOs, unidentified flying objects no more. It's unidentified flying anomaly, UFA. That's what they're trying to put it. So it sounds more credible, but either way it goes, they're talking about shit that's coming from other motherfucking spectrums of the universe. Think about this. You got to be crazy as fuck to think that if man can send a rover to Mars with a helicopter flying around right now on Mars, that motherfuckers from other planets cannot, other galaxies cannot do the same thing. You got to be crazy, man. You got to be totally naive to think that we are the only ones on this planet. And for you Christians, even when your book, Hebrews 11 chapter, verse 1, when it says the God who created worlds, you got to be crazy as fuck, man, to think we the only people here. You got to be out your mind not to know that even if your God of the Bible was true, he's an extraterrestrial. And he came down here and created this shit, man. Come on, bro. All right, let me go. Pastor want the tithe money. That's it. Exactly. I have a report alien work and have a base in Area 57. We don't know what's going on, Brother Tony Snow, but we do know something is going on. Because again, this technology that we have, do you realize since the nuclear bomb was dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, technology on Earth has tripled each year. The bomb was dropped, what is it, in 1943, 42 or 43, 44, somewhere up in the 40s. Since that bomb was dropped, our ability as man to advance technology has tripled each year since then. Notice that you get an Xbox 5 this year in January. By March, you're going to have an Xbox 6. By December, you're going to have Xbox 8. The technology has tripled because these beings from other space have come down here. And then whether they've been shot down miraculously, because again, with these pilots, again, you got pilots, credible pilots, lifelong career military men saying they're experiencing shit that there's no way you can explain it from a human point of view. Do y'all realize that 2 months ago, United Airlines had to come out and say, yes, our pilots have been experiencing unidentified phenomena in the air that we cannot fucking explain? Now, y'all don't hear about that because they don't tell you about that in the mainstream media. So when these things do finally come in a way that everybody got to see them, you know what Christian gonna say? It's the second coming of Jesus. Well, if Jesus coming like they say he gonna come, shouldn't they put him in one of these detention camps because he's a fucking alien? He would be an illegal immigrant. Think about that. If he come back to Earth in the sky on the cloud and he come to America, he gonna wind up in one of them detention centers in a cage because he's a fucking illegal immigrant. He's not from the Earth, which makes him extraterrestrial. Why Christians can't grab hold of that? Why Muslims, why Jews can't catch hold to that fact, that one simple fact, that if your God comes to this earth, he's an extraterrestrial because he's coming from outer space. Terrestrial meaning from the earth. Extraterrestrial meaning not from the earth, bruh. That means your Jesus is not from this fucking earth. He's an extraterrestrial. Why is that so hard? I mean, come on, a retarded third grader can figure that shit out, bro. A mentally challenged, retarded third grader can understand that if you're not from the earth, you're from outer space. And Jesus, according to the Bible, according to your religion, according to all religious texts and scriptures, is not from the earth. He's an extraterrestrial. Anyway, let me finish this up. All right, conspiracy theory believes that vaguely anthropomorphic bodies have been recovered there, and the crash debris had been entrusted to private military contractors who raced to unlock alien hardware before the Russians could. Documents unearthed after the fall of the Soviet Union suggest that the anxieties about an arms race supercharged by alien technology was mutual, meaning that both the United States and Russia knew that there was alien fucking technology. Union suggested that anxiety, all of this UFOologists claim had been covered up by the Majestic 12, a clandestine para-governmental organization convened under executive order by President Truman. President Kennedy was assassinated because he planned to level with Premier Khrushchev. Kennedy had confided in Marilyn Monroe, thereby sealing her fate. Representative Steve Schiff of New Mexico spent years trying to get to the bottom of the Roswell incident, only to die of cancer. Greer's executive summary was woolly, but discerning readers would find within it answers to many of the most frequently asked questions about UFOs, assuming, as Greer did, that UFOs are helmed by extraterrestrials. Why are they so elusive? Because the aliens are monitoring us. Why? Because they are discomforted by our aspiration to weaponize space. Again, y'all click on the link and go see this article for yourself. And again, this article ain't coming from a news source called Two Niggas in a Basement. This article is coming from the New Yorker, one of your premier media entities in the world. This ain't just me spouting out what I believe. This is your mainstream media having to confirm and concur with people who really logically think have been seeing and understanding for a long time. So this ain't just, like I say, two niggas in a basement and wrote some shit and put it on the internet. This shit's coming from one of your most credible news sources in the world, and especially in America. And again, it goes back to say, why should we shoot at them? Nope, really. But guess what? If we shoot at these motherfuckers that came from 20 billion light years away, if they got the technology to master time travel and come all the way to fuck here, do you think we should be fucking with these folks? With these beings? Hell no, because that means they got technology that it'll take us another 2,200 years probably to understand. Now, this is why, again, remember I mentioned it earlier in this article, this is why your president, President Trump, when Trump was president, this is why he created the Space Force, your fifth branch of the military. Do y'all realize you got the Navy, Army, Air Force, Marine, Space Force? Do you realize they created a whole fucking branch of the United States military to deal with shit in outer space? You gotta been asleep under a fucking rock for the last 20 years not to really understand what's going on. Or you gotta been in church all your life not to understand what's going on, because pastors, they're paid not to tell you this. Anyway, obvious, any civilization capable of routine interstellar travel could terminate our. I didn't even read this article until I did it here. But listen what these folks say. Not really. Yes, why not? They're friendly. How do we know? Obviously, any civilization capable of routine interstellar travel could terminate our civilization in a nanosecond if that was their intent. Don't the Bible say that Jesus gonna come back and he can destroy all the non-believers with just the fire from his eyes or whatever the fuck they say? Come on. There's motherfuckers can't even go to what they out of space. Brian say they don't have the tech for times. We don't exactly. Tony Snow, I have read reports aliens work and have a base. And what we need to start understanding is what's going on up under the ground. Because did you all see that video the Pentagon released just last week showing this motherfucking object flying? It was flying at 120 miles per hour, probably 200 feet above the ocean. Now this comes from your Pentagon. 200 feet above the ocean. This bitch looked like it crashed in the ocean, came up and split into two motherfucking spaceships. Yeah, your Pentagon, your Department of Justice, your Department of Defense, all your government entities are now coming out saying there's shit out there, man. We don't know what the fuck it is. It's not from the earth. In fact, you saw that article, Tony Snow. You saw it? Well, this motherfucker was flying 100-some feet above the ocean, hit the ocean, came back up, and it was two motherfucking spaceships. Two different flying, since people don't like the term spaceship, it was two flying objects. And your Pentagon released this shit. Again, this just ain't some crazy Negro talking, man. Research, Hollow Earth and Admiral Byrd. I heard of Admiral Byrd. I've been doing some research on that, brother Tony. We're going to have to do a whole nother show because we ain't even got to the point that we were talking about, which it has us deceived as black people because we don't want to even ask these questions. Is there life outside of the earth? You ask the average black person, ask the average black person, ask the average pastor, black pastor, is there life outside of earth? He going to tell you no. And then you say, well, what about Jesus? Jesus is not from the earth. He can't even explain that shit with scripture. Because notice when you try to talk to black people or black preachers about shit, they're going to always try to come with scripture. But when you ask them, well, what about these goddamn bones they finding from the dinosaurs? Well, certain things you just ain't supposed to know about. How the fuck are we not supposed to know about it when we finding this shit? Who created God? Well, that's a question you're not supposed to ask. Why the fuck not? Ain't we created in his image? Don't we have the ability to ask questions about shit we don't understand? Come on, man. Let's just keep it real, bro. Matter of fact, I'm gonna finish this article, man. Hey, thank you, Tony, and thank you, Brian, for making this show better than what I thought it was gonna be. Because we done went to an hour already. Hold on. Brian say, research Hollow Earth. I see them all over Barksdale Air Force Base. Brian, you know why they all over Barksdale Air Force Base? That is one of your motherfucking largest nuclear weapon housing facilities on the planet. It is the third largest Air Force base in America. It is home to the B-52 bomber that did what? Dropped them bombs over there in motherfucking Japan. And when you thinking you off in Minden, you can leave from Bossier City, from Freeport to Bossier City, travel to Minden and all that shit. Do you realize you still, in some cases, on Barksdale Air Force Base? That is the home of a nuclear bomber. They got more nuclear weapons on motherfucking Barksdale Base, man, than probably any other place on planet. When we had that quote-unquote terrorist attack in 9/11, what was the first place they brought President Bush? Barksdale. Brian said, I'm already knowing. Yeah. And then when you get your congressman, United States congressman from Florida, Mark Rubio saying, man, there's shit flying over all of our Air Force military bases. United States, Russian, German, fucking Chinese, that we don't understand? Do you realize they're here monitoring, looking at what the fuck we're doing with this nuclear technology? And this is another show, but I explained to you how, according to the Hindu religion, we had a nuclear weapon, a nuclear war on this earth almost 3 million years ago. Why do you think the Hindu gods are deformed the way they are? When you look at the Hindu gods, those gods got elephant head, they got 5, 6 arms, they got mutated bodies. Why do you think that's so? Because the Hindu religion and scripture are where you get your Christian, Muslim, and Jew scripture from. But they've been definitely altered. But your Hindu religion is the closest thing to the truth that you're going to find. And when you look at their gods, they're telling you that there were multiple gods, and all these gods were deformed as a result of a nuclear war that happened 3 million years ago. Man, this knowledge too deep. Brian and Tony, this knowledge is a little too deep for a lot of our subscribers. They ain't gonna want to hear this shit. They can't deal with it. Let me get back and read it. Hold on, let me get a little more of this water real quick. Y'all give me just 1 second. Brian and Tony, y'all keep them going while I do this. Where is my goddamn chat? Oh, there, I got it. Y'all, excuse me, I apologize for all these interruptions, but again, we the ghetto version of the news. Tony say most of all the nuclear bombs are on Barksdale. Remember Tony, about 5 years ago, they had a plane that leave from Barksdale, and somehow 3 nuclear weapons came up missing. They don't know what the fuck they at. You're right. Barksdale houses the majority of your nuclear weapons here from the United States. And to you all who just came in, man, we're having a real deep discussion. We started out with different news articles for the week. The topic of the show tonight was supposed to be Black people and God. But thanks to Brother Tony and Brother Brian Brooks and Tony Snow, this show has went to a whole nother level. We hope that you all hit the like and the subscribe button. Michael Rodriguez, Afghanistan is the Saudi Arabia of lithium, what that is, lithium or lithium. That's why we've taken over the region. Lithium batteries are in everything. Exactly. But when it comes to Saudi Arabia and Afghanistan, when it comes to Afghanistan, there were 2 real main reasons right now, brother. And now that you mentioned lithium, there is 3 main reasons. But the main 2 reasons they invaded Afghanistan was for the opium and to keep the Russians from running the Nord Stream 2 pipeline from Russia to Europe through Afghanistan. Now that you mentioned the lithium aspect of it, Brother Michael, I'm definitely going to have to do a little bit more research, because you just brought something else to my mind. I didn't know that until you said that. This is why you all comments are so valuable to this show. Let me go back and finish reading this article, man. I've been read that shit, 20 minutes ago? But thanks to Tony Snow and Brian Brooks, we got off track. All right, let me finish this up. It's obvious question seems not to have occurred to Grill. Why, if these spacecraft are so advanced, do they allegedly crash all the time? At a press conference, Grill appeared in a thin frame glasses and baggy funeral suit and a red tie, askew in a scratched collar. I know many in the world, in the media, would like to talk about the little green men, he said, but in reality, the subject is laughed at because it is too fucking serious. They don't want us talking about this subject here, Brother Michael, Tony. They don't want us talking about this. Brian, Michael, and Tony. They don't want us talking about this because they cannot explain it logically in your church. And the politicians and people in power who know about it don't want us to know about it. Among other speakers were Clifford Stone, a retired Army sergeant who purported to have visited crash sites and seen aliens, both dead and alive. Stone said that he had cataloged 57 species, many of them humanoid, who have individuals that look very much like you and myself that could walk among us and you would not even notice the difference. And again, it's just not some ignorant Negro named Robert Thomas Jr. telling you some shit. This is coming from distinguished motherfucking military generals telling you what they saw during their tenure. A lot of these generals were under non-disclosure agreements, but a lot of them on their deathbed had to come out and say, man, let me tell you what the fuck really I saw. Because if they die, they don't give a fuck. You can't do nothing to them. All right. Leslie Kahn, an independent investigation journalist and a novice UFO researcher who had worked with Greer, watched the proceedings with unease. She had recently published in an article in the Boston Globe about, again, another mainstream media outlet, about new omnibus of compelling evidence concerning UFOs. Do y'all realize that the United States government, under that last stimulus that Donald Trump passed before he left, do you all realize Trump made sure, now I spit, no, that shit came up. Do you all realize Donald Trump made sure in that last stimulus package, go look for yourself, that the United States government has to release all the information that they have on unidentified flying objects, UFOs or whatever, before April? Wow, I bet y'all didn't know that, did you? Yes, Donald Trump made sure that your government, in order for us to get that $600 stimulus check that they gave everybody, a part of that bill and that legislation was Donald Trump insisted and mandated that your government has to tell the people the truth about what our government knows about UFOs. This is why your Pentagon now is so freely ready to release all these documents. Because again, Tony Snow said that he saw the same article I saw, where again, this motherfucking plane was flying at 120 miles per hour, less than 100 feet. You'll say 100 yards over the ocean. It looked like this bitch crashed into the ocean, and less than 2 seconds later, that bitch came up. It was two vehicles. Am I lying, Tony Snow? You saw that? Or did y'all see what that Air Force pilot was following this one thing? This one that came out last year that everybody in the world, even Joe Rogan, everybody had it on the internet. Well, this pilot was like, what the fuck is this? And they was following, and all of a sudden, that bitch went from a straight motherfucking line and did a 90-degree angle and was gone. In a matter of nanoseconds, and appeared almost 1,300 miles away in another location on radar. And then again, you got your congressmen and your senators telling you there's shit flying over these Air Force bases that we cannot, Air Force military bases that we cannot explain. But I can go to your Bible. If I should get them to go find a Bible right now, and I can show you at least 10 instances in your Bible, Old and New Testaments, of motherfucking extraterrestrial life coming to the earth. Think about this. Who was it that fucking came and put that egg and that sperm inside of Mary for Jesus to be born? If Jesus was not fucking created by a man and woman having sex, somehow a fertilized egg and a sperm and an egg had to fertilize in that woman's motherfucking stomach. Do y'all realize when the Greeks talk about how Zeus came down and fucked all these women and got them pregnant? Do you all realize that the cultures that talk about multiple gods are really the true religious entities that you should be looking at? And we're gonna get off into the matter of fact. That's enough of this article. The article is in hold on. The article is in the motherfucking comment section. Cause I go another 3 hours just talk about this. Cody Johnson say, firm of paradox. Cody Johnson, you see all the BS as the Democrats tried to draft in the stimulus bill. Of course, the Democrat got a hold on. Let me I don't think I do need that. Hold on, y'all give me a second. Let me try to pull this shit back up. This is another reason why I need y'all to donate to this channel, man, because my Wi-Fi on my phone is gone out. I don't think I can access articles no more. So please, I'm gonna hit the put the cash tag up there, man. Y'all, please. Really, the truth is, fuck the internet. I'm gonna be real. Fuck this show right now. We need $45 to pay for another night just to get us caught up in this room to tomorrow at 11. Please, man. All it takes is 4 of y'all that watching right now to put $10 on the cash app. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Let me try to tether this, because see what I'm doing right now, I'm tethering my phone. Which one of you motherfuckers fart? Man, do y'all realize dogs fart and poop? These little motherfuckers fart and poop. Hold on. Fuck. All right, we back, y'all. Apologize for that. Y'all got to realize what I'm doing right now is some real niggery ghetto shit that even the aliens had to show me how to do, because I figured out how to use my cell phone to run my computer. So y'all give me a second, man. This is the cash tag. Please hit that cash tag, man. All it takes is for y'all to give us $10, man. And we had his room paid for, and we can do some more shit. Cody Johnson, smoke it if you got it. Hey Cody, what you say, Furman Paradox, smoke it if you got it. You see all this bullshit Democrats try. All right, yeah. No, opium was a fake, a farce. You can grow it in a greenhouse. That's true, Michael Rodriguez. But let me show you the truth. When the United States, it ain't just about the opium, brother. When the United States invaded Afghanistan, the Taliban had pretty much eradicated its opium production because of their religion. They don't believe in that shit. They eradicated opium production. The United States went to Afghanistan in a war against the Taliban, and now you have United States soldiers guarding the poppy fields, because since we've been in Afghanistan, opioid use, keep in mind, Xanax, Loratab, morphine, Oxycontin, all this shit comes from the opium plant, the poppy seed. So yeah, your pharmaceutical companies are using our military as kick door men. We went in and kicked the motherfucking door in Afghanistan and took the opiums. And now, since we've been in there, you had all these new opioid drugs, prescription drugs, to be created. And now it's created the opioid crisis. Well, let me give y'all some real game. I could give two fucks about those people that's hooked on opioids, because in most cases, they don't look like you and I. Shit, when it was crack, it was the crack epidemic. Niggas was going to jail by the hundreds of thousands. We ain't got no money for no motherfucking rehabilitation. Fuck them niggas. We gonna build more prisons. Now that it's the opioid crisis, and little Susie and little Johnny are hooked on motherfucking pills to the point little Susie is getting caught in motherfucking dope houses with these big old stud ass mandingos running up in her for 5 or 6 of these Lortabs. Now it's a crisis. We have to do something about it. We cannot incarcerate our way out of this situation. Fuck them. For real. They went over there and did the shit, hoping that the shit would have took root in our neighborhood, but they kids got addicted on these motherfucking pharmaceutical drugs. That's why they went into Afghanistan. Now, you might be right about the other shit, and I'm not saying you're wrong. But yeah, that's what happened with that shit, man. They went in there to take that opium, and the pharmaceutical company are profiting off the opium because they're creating opioids. The opioid crisis did not start till we went to Afghanistan. They were hoping to do like they did with crack cocaine, put it in our neighborhood, and further destroy our neighborhood. But they little kids now are sucking dicks for lower tabs. You see what I'm saying? Now that little Susie ended up getting a train ran on her by 6 niggas that putting some net loan up in her for 5 pills. We can't incarcerate our way out of this. We got to open up more rehabilitation centers, which they closed down when it was the crack epidemic. Notice the 2 words, the 2 phrases: crack epidemic, opioid crisis. When it was a crack epidemic, they didn't give a fuck about you and I losing brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers to the penitentiary, to the streets, or whatever, to the graveyard behind the crack epidemic. Now that they kids are fucking sucking dick, going to jail, or getting killed behind these opioids, it's a crisis. We got to be humanitarian. We can't incarcerate. Fuck them. For real. You get what you deserve. You went over there to get that shit. Now that you got it, deal with what you got. Fuck y'all. For real. Excuse my language. But the truth is what it is. Hey, y'all, please hit that like button. Let me refresh this because we just got offline. Let me see where we at. Wow, we got 11 likes already, 13 views. All right, 13 of y'all. Can please 4 of y'all hit the cash app and donate $10, or 10 of y'all hit the cash app and donate $4? Biden's son ain't go to jail. Biden's, oh my God, Cody Johnson. Do you realize how fucked Obama, Biden, and Hunter Biden is? The shit that really went down, and they covering for him. This nigga, Hunter Biden is on his own laptop, fucking with underage girls, getting high off crack, getting his dick sucked, fucking with minors. And ain't nothing been done about it. Oh man, that shit is crazy. The man can do whatever literally, he done whatever. This man is still probably getting high off crack right now. Man, do y'all realize I wouldn't be asking y'all to hit the cash app right now if I had a 62 or hard and I knew Hunter Biden's phone number? I wouldn't be asking y'all to help me come up with this $45 that I need. Fuck now, I'll be over at Hunter Biden's house. That man's a fucking crack addict who got hundreds of millions. Now, let me show you how the game goes on that. Cody, let me show you how the game went. They talking all this shit about Donald Trump, boom, 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 boom. Joe Biden admitted on fucking national TV to pressuring the Ukraine president to drop the motherfucking investigation on his son. His son was getting almost $1 million a month on some kind of deal, an oil deal. Didn't know shit about oil. All the while, his son smoking motherfucking crack. Joe Biden went on television. Y'all can find this shit on the internet. After the video, go and look. He got on there and bragged, say, I told him, shit, if you don't drop this investigation, we're not giving you the money that you want for weapons. Yeah. Yeah. So just as Trump was guilty, it's called projection. They put everything that they was doing on Donald Trump to avoid the heat. But yeah, you're right, Cole. This man was over there. Hunter Biden on his laptop, he got pictures of him fucking 13 and 14-year-old girls smoking crack with him, bruh. And I guarantee you, most of those little girls were not white girls. 13, 14-year-old little black girl. That he's motherfucking smoking crack with. This is the president of the United States, Joe Biden. His son is a fucking dope addict getting $1 million fucking dollars a month because his daddy was the vice president, smoking all this goddamn crack, fucking minors, raping little girls, and ain't nothing happened to him. They made y'all think that anybody that say something about that say what me and Cody saying, they making me and Cody look like we fucking idiot conspiracy theories. When the truth is what it is. Your president's son is a motherfucking crack addict who fucks little girls, rapes little girls for crack. Now this video probably gonna get blocked. And guess what? I already got the technology. I'm finna download this motherfucker right now. So if they block this bitch, I'll put it right back up on my Facebook page. All you gotta do is come. Thanks to these aliens who who gave us the technology, you can't stop it. The truth is what it is. They don't want y'all to hear that shit. Ain't nobody talking about that shit, is it? Ain't nobody talking about Hunter Biden. Come on, Cody. How many people you hearing talking about Hunter Biden? That man can do literally what he wants. Cryptocurrency is a joke. If aliens or anyone invaded, would they be taking our resources like gold or Digicoin? Well, Dogecoin and all that shit, guess what? It's just that electronic currency. All they got to do is send an EMP, electromagnetic pulse. If you got an electromagnetic pulse coming from the sun and it hits the earth, everything that you've done from 2021 on back to the beginning of time that's already archived is over with. That shit's wiped out. So anything that you do digitally or electronically is fucked. Digicon, Bitcoin, and all that shit is a good scheme, but let the Russians send a nuclear weapon up there or send an electromagnetic pulse weapon up in outer space, and that bitch hits the United States. Boom. All your motherfucking digital and electronic currency, all that shit is gone, bro. Ain't letting my text go through that blocking the truth. Hold on, let me look. Hold on, brother Cody. Let me see, because I'm not getting everything on the phone. Because again, I'm doing this shit from my phone, running into the computer. Again, man, just like Pastor gonna ask y'all for tithes and offering tomorrow. Man, when I be asking y'all to donate to this shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing else but helping me make this show better. Now let me see. All right, Cody Johnson, I do see where you got one message blocked. The man can do anything he wants. Now they got it up for review. This message is held for review. I'm gonna let it show. He fucked his dead brother's wife. Did you know that his uncle, Hunter Biden's uncle, tried to put the shit out? Oh, baby, we gotta do a whole other show of this. Cody, let me see. I'm letting y'all shit go. Let me go back and see what else we got here. I'm gonna show this one, Cody. This is another one that you got. Cody say Biden's son ain't go to jail for crack at all. Hold on. Ben John say, oh man, hold on. Let me go back and look at all this, because I see they got a lot of y'all shit up for hold. Hold on, we're gonna go back and read all this shit that y'all got up for hold. This comes from Tony Snow. Tony Snow says spaceship crashes on the earth. White folk re-engineers them. They call it reverse engineering, Tony Snow. Pastor wants the tithes money. That's it. And the pussy from your wife. Pastor fucking niggas' wives and all this shit. And he can go to church tomorrow and tell you Jesus need all his money, tithe money. And if you don't give Jesus the tithe money, you're going to hell. But a nigga like me asked for donations to help me just pay the rent up to tomorrow at least 40. I'm asking for $45. I'm begging, but Pastor gonna tell you that Jesus said if you don't give him his motherfucking tithe, you going to hell. He gonna kill you and your family. Guess what? Pastor or Jesus, one or two of them motherfuckers on dope. Wait a minute. You mean tell me Jesus just here in Freeport got 3,000 motherfucking churches? Don't God supposed to own all the money on the cattle and shit on the hill? He got all this goddamn money. He created money. Why he need money every Sunday? Either your Jesus and God or your pastor. One of them three is either buying pussy, they either going to the motherfucking casino, blowing all this money, or they smoking dope. Because them bitches are broke every Monday and come back every Sunday. Them niggas need more goddamn money. But when a nigga like me asks my audience, hey, please donate this here so we can keep this channel going. Oh, you beg. Get the fuck out of here. For real. For real. Either God or Christianity is a drug addict, pussy buying gambler. Because that nigga needs money every goddamn Sunday. Nigga, didn't black Americans just give you them the $200 million last Sunday? Y'all niggas took that shit and put it into a bank that next Monday, whereas the niggas that donated that money to that motherfucking church on Sunday can't even go to the bank on Tuesday and get a portion of that money that they donated Sunday as a fucking loan. Fuck all that shit. This message comes from Ben John. Ben John, religion is start to all bad. That message was held for review. Ben John also says, Ben John say, smoke it if you got it. Shit, I ain't got shit. I got a couple of doobies, Ben John. I'm somebody gave me that shit. They don't have the tech to time. How they don't have Brian the bitch say they don't have the tech to time travel. Yes, they do, Brian. Think about this. How the fuck they get 200 billion light years away? Think about this. We got the tech to pick up radio signals that's coming from 200 billion light years away. We can pick that shit up on radio tech right now. So yes, they got the and if you think about God and Jesus, Jesus had to master time travel in order to get from here when they crucified his ass back to heaven. He had to master time travel. So yeah, that technology is there, brother. Alex Young, bro, yeah, but Alex, he fucked up with a lot of other shit that he had going on. Facts. I saw that article. This message has been Ben John say firm of paradox. I'm going back looking at you all comments that's been held over for review. Alma Bird, what is that? Alma Bird, LOL. See, that's what I'm trying to see about Antarctica. There's a lot of shit going on in Antarctica and at the bottom of the ocean. You gotta look at that shit there. Notice why we ain't think about it. If we have been to the moon as mankind, why have we not been to the bottom of the motherfucking ocean? Think about it. We can go to the moon, but can't even go to the bottom of the ocean. Either we've been there and saw something we don't want nobody to know about, or we not as smart as we say. Because there's no way the fuck you can convince me that we went to the moon and can't get to the bottom of the ocean. All right. Ben John has another comment that says, like top 5 in the world. Tony Snow, most of all the nuclear bombs of Barstow. Ben John, why Ben John, I don't understand why. You must be doing a lot of cussing in your comment, Ben John, because it's poppy. I'm going back, y'all forgive me, I'm going back, putting you all's comments up that's been held over for review. They hiding the truth. Ben John say they're hiding the truth. They don't want you to know about Biden and Kamala. They showed on. Well, I mean, come on, everybody knows, first and foremost. Black people, y'all sitting around here championing a bitch that sucked dick to get where she at. Man, I know you gonna block this video. But the truth is what it is. This bitch ain't never claimed to be black until she started running under Biden for the vice presidency of the United States. She never did claim to be black. She said, I got a little black in me. That's because she fucked a couple of black dudes. But she mostly promotes her Indian heritage. Yeah. Only black she got in her is the one that went up in her mama. Straight up. That's why they don't like the real I do. Because we keep the shit real. Ben John said a lot of these well, the truth, they hide the truth back up. Ben John said a lot of these cave systems. Anyway, that's all you all comments that's been hit. Man, we've been going for an hour and a half. And so far we got 10 people watching. What else y'all got to say? Now let me get back on the real subject that I was talking about. Now, Ben John, this one me and you might get into a little disagreement. But the truth is, black people, let me get serious. Black people, hold on, Ben John just came up with another. See, Ben John, every comment, I don't know why, every comment you making, I got to go back and review it. Kamala, a damn slave, hold the period. She held a lot of black folk in prison for fight fire. That when they could, man, Kamala Harris, not only that, is a motherfucking piece of shit. Because when the California State Supreme Court told her that you all got too many motherfucking people up there in LA County or San Francisco County, wherever county she was district attorney for, y'all need to let these people go. She was like, fuck that. If we let these niggas go, who the fuck gonna wash our car? Who gonna wash the dishes at this prison? Who gonna do the shit that we would have to pay somebody else to come and do? Kamala Harris has been a big piece of shit. The black folks don't want to see that, man, John. They don't want to see that. Yeah. Kamala Harris has been a big piece of shit from day one. From day one. Matter of fact, we're doing a talk. Let me go see if anybody hit the cash out. Because, man, I've been saying this. We need, all we need is $40, man. We can't come up with 4 people. to give her $40. They're like that one lady. Me and my brother and my sister-in-law was riding that one day, and then one lady came up to the car. She said, "Can y'all got $1 I can get?" And everybody in the car say, "No, no." And the lady say, "You mean tell me it's 3 of y'all in the car? Y'all can't come up with $1?" Hey, my little brother Damien, that shit was funny as fuck, but it was true. I didn't have no cash on me. And none of us had cash because we all used to dealing with cash out and shit like that, banking account. But when she said, "If you tell me if 3 of y'all niggas in this car and y'all 3 can't come up with $1, it's 12 people watching. If all 12 people gave $4, that's $48, man. Do y'all realize that's enough for me to go pay for another whole day in this room? And I can do another video when I wake up in the morning instead of having to get out in these streets and go try to hustle up $48 when I have to walk 4 hours just cut 1 yard. But Pastor, most of y'all gonna go to church tomorrow, and I'll pass. Y'all gonna have your tithes already ready. When you go to church tomorrow, give it to Jesus. And then Monday morning, you gave all your tithes to Jesus. But Monday morning, here in Freeport, I know how it's gonna go. Somebody gonna call me Monday morning. My son got arrested this weekend, and I was wondering if you call the DA. You went to church yesterday, right, ma'am? Yeah, I went to church. I go to church Sunday, every faithfully. You pay Jesus his tithe? Well, I gotta pay my tithe. But then you go call fucking Jesus to ask Jesus to get the DA, to have a DA to get your son out of fucking jail. This really how I'm be real. Fuck that. If you depend more on Jesus to do that shit, why you calling me on Monday morning? For real. Ben John, all your comments are coming back. I gotta mark your shit. Who got your shit marked, Ben Johnson? We gotta figure a way to take that shit off so your comments can come straight through too. She also withheld evidence that would have let people free just to save her name. Exactly, she did. She also helped send a lot of people to jail for marijuana convictions being done when she herself admitted on the Breakfast Club to smoking marijuana while listening to Tupac, and Tupac didn't put an album out till almost 6 years later. Yeah, so she's a piece of shit. Our sheriff here said that shit a few years back. You talking about in Shreveport? Our sheriff here in Shreveport controls your politicians. I'm one of the only people in Shreveport that go against your sheriff, Ben John, and they trip off that shit. Ben John also say, we broke in Louisiana. Thank you, corrupt leadership. Slow. Trying to pick up though. All right, what else you got, Ben John? Then Tyler, she smoked. Exactly. That's what I just said. She put all these Negroes in jail, sent them to prison for marijuana charges while she got on motherfucking public radio bragging how she smoked a joint while listening to Tupac, and Tupac hadn't even put a motherfucking album out. And black people love that shit. Oh, we finally got a black person in office and vice president. Do you all realize that bitch has never claimed to be black? No, I'm just keeping it real. But anyway, y'all, let's go back to the talk. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Now, this with me and you might disagree, Ben John, but before we disagree, please hit the cash out button, hit the share button, hit the like button. But before we disagree, because really, man, I'm going to be real. I'm going to say it one more time, and I ain't going to say it no more. I'm going to just see. If 13 people watching, can we come up with $45 on the cash tag? I'm going to put the shit up one more time. The cash tag right here. Because I'm tired of getting out here, man, just paying for a motherfucking room. But I got a $10,000 grant that I've been blessed with. And the motherfucking banking system won't even let that shit go through into the bank. I had to go start a whole nother motherfucking bank account. Thanks to Miss Mary, we was able to do that. Thanks to Miss Mary and Holly, we was able to eat. But we got a lot of people that support us. Thanks to Carlos Wade. People like Carlos, Holly, Miss Mary, Sister William. There's quite a few of you all donate when you all can. And I'm going to show y'all some real shit. Let me get off target because Pastor gonna make the same pitch in a couple of hours now when y'all go to church. But think about this. There is not one motherfucking successful YouTube channel on YouTube that does not depend on subscribers donating to that channel. Once they get to the point where they got 10, 15,000 or a million subscribers, they don't give a fuck about you to donate, because YouTube actually pays them every month. For every video that they do, they get so many amount of likes. My channel, man, has been suppressed for the last 3 years. We just now getting to the point where we got 1,400 subscribers. But when I ask you all, if it's 10 of y'all here, can y'all put $4 on the Cash App? Ah, that ain't fuck. That nigga, there you go. That nigga big. No, I'm not begging. I'm asking you to help me so that I won't have to get out here in the motherfucking morning and go try to come up with $45 just to pay for another motherfucking 12 hours at this hotel. But I could be sitting out here doing a video in that 6 hours that it's gonna take me to make fucking 45. Think about it, 6 hours to make 45 fucking dollars. When it's 12, there's 13 people here right now. All it takes is 4 people to get $10 or 10 people to get $4. I can go right up to the motherfucking office, give them the money, and I can wake up in the morning and do a whole nother YouTube video. But now, niggas gonna go, and pastor gonna say, Jesus say, who dares rob God? How do we rob you, God? In your tithes and offerings. And motherfucker gonna be so scared that God gonna strike them down that they're gonna go write a check. And now some of these churches got ATM machines in them. They're gonna go straight to that ATM and make sure Jesus get his money. Then as soon as they get out of church, they're gonna come and talk, but Brother Rob, man, you know my son, he a good boy. They saying he even though he was 8 and he was 22, they were saying he said he didn't know that girl was 13 when he basically had sex with her anally. You think you can talk to the DA to help him get off? I'm like, man, fuck you and your son. I mean, I'm not saying it literally, but in my mind, I'm like, man, fuck you and your son. Did you just go to church and give Jesus $150? Call Jesus and ask Jesus to touch the DA's heart that your son won't do the life sentence that he should be for fucking with a 13-year-old girl. This is how real shit is, man. Yeah. Ben John says, yeah, the sheriff here corrupt as fuck, and he ain't want to let folks out. Even, do you realize, Ben John, when it come down to it here in Shreveport and Caddo Parish, everybody talking about the mayor, the police chief, the city council, all these fucking cowards are afraid to talk about the fucking sheriff, who is the most powerful person here in Shreveport and Caddo Parish, because all your politicians are afraid of him. Ben John also say, it's fucked up when you take Trump, Biden, and Harris in the one who's supposed to be black has done the most bullshit to, but let me finish reading. Black has done the most bullshit toward black folks. Let that sink in for you dumb motherfucker. Who voted for him? I know I didn't vote for none of them bitches. Ben John also say, Steve Prater is the motherfucking one. Steve Prater is the most powerful motherfucking man in the motherfucker. Do y'all realize about 2 years ago, somebody was saying some shit on, one of my partners was saying some shit on Facebook, implicating the sheriff in a lot of his corrupt crimes. Do y'all realize the sheriff was able to call the motherfucking United States Secret Service, not the FBI, not the CIA. This man called the fucking Secret Service, man, and had them investigating me because my name was constantly mentioned in this person's Facebook post. What other politician in Freeport? I say, what other politician in Louisiana got a direct dial? Well, within 2 hours of him saying some shit on Facebook, he got the Secret Service investigating you. Yeah. Everybody talking about the mayor and all this shit when it comes to crime. But let me ask you a question. 4:30 in the morning, 2 niggas shooting at each other behind a bitch at a club. Or because this nigga stepped on this other nigga tennis shoe. 4:30 in the morning, what a mayor at? What a police chief at? They at home sleep. Like you and I at home sleep. You see what I'm saying? Why y'all want to put all these problems off on the mayor and the motherfucking police chief when first and foremost, who responsible? Who fault was it that these 2 niggas out at 4 o'clock in the morning shooting each other? Man, the police chief ain't got shit to do that. Okay, so take that into consideration. They won't say white supremacy. I'm willing to bet you my left testicle and my right kidney that these two niggas that shooting at each other 4 o'clock in the morning wasn't listening to the music that white supremacists listening to, but they listening to two niggas on their motherfucking in a cassette deck while they going to commit this crime. They listening to two niggas who talking about shooting. They listening to somebody who's talking about shooting and killing. But all this blame put on the mayor, the police chief, the city council, some niggas from Alabama. But ain't nobody here in Freeport gonna ever challenge the sheriff. Nobody in Cattle Parish is gonna ever challenge Steve Prater. Why is that? Tell me why is that, Ben John? Steve Prater get away with more, and he's the most crooked motherfucker in local politics. But ain't nobody finna challenge him. You know why? Nobody in power, when I say power, in your city, state, or whatever, is gonna challenge him because he got information on him in a little black book. He know who been fucking little boys. He know which one of these male politicians like little boys. He know which one of these male politicians like to get high off dope while they getting head from prostitutes. He know who stole this from what account. He knows all that shit. So you know what he do? He take his little black book and he sit back and he say, if you don't do what the fuck I want, I'm gonna bring this charge up against you. Notice, everybody complain about the mayor and all that, but don't nobody complain about the sheriff. You know why? Them bitches afraid of the sheriff. That's the most powerful man in Louisiana. Do y'all realize Steve Prater is the head of Homeland Security here in this whole region? So anybody gonna challenge him? He's making money off CC. Oh, think about this. I'm gonna show you a comment. Let me show you something, Brother Ben. Have you ever been to CCC? Have you ever been locked up? Please answer that question. I'm going to show you how real this shit is. Farming the meat, all kinds of all right, fuck farming the meat and all that. Have you ever been to CCC? All right, you've been to CCC. You know, first and foremost, how many men do they have to a sale at CCC? Go ahead and answer that, Ben John. Go ahead and answer that first. And for some reason, Ben John, I'm gonna have to go back and get your shit taken care of because every time you make but for some reason, every time you make a comment, Ben, it's coming back. Well, I gotta show you shit. I don't know if one of our moderators did or whatever, but I'm gonna make sure you're able to join these conversations freely, man, because you coming up with some good points, man. Straight up. We got 12 people watching right now. Y'all please hit it. Exactly. Ben John, 3 people in one room. That's the size of an average fucking bathroom. A lot of people that ain't never been in jail don't know what I'm about to say. And you in an echo dorm, huh? And it's like this. CCC is meant to hold like what? 1,200 inmates. There's almost 1,700 inmates in there. You got 3 men in a room the size of your average bathroom. 2 in bunks, 1 laying on the floor in what Ben John called a boat. That automatically is a violation of fire standards, safety standards for the fire. Now, if there's supposed to be 1,200 people there, and there's almost 17 to 1,800. Do y'all realize for every person in that jail at Cattle Correctional Center, he's getting at least $30 a day per inmate? Somebody do the math for me. Get your calculator out. 13, let's just say 8, just we gonna say 1,700 times 30, that's 0,001, carry 2. That's $52,000 a fucking day. And he only spends $1 per inmate per day, which means $52,000 minus $1,700. This is how much motherfucking money Steve Prater and CCC make every day. For real. Am I lying, Ben Jones? Ben Jones, am I lying? He's making $30. Just say, even if he's making 25, we're gonna go with a rough or low ball. Well, now since he's a pre-trial, CCC is a pre-trial detainee camp. We just gonna go with $12. If he's making $12 a day per inmate, and he has 18,000 inmates and 1,800 inmates in that motherfucking jail. Do y'all see how much motherfucking money he's making? And do y'all realize he don't give a fuck if the crime decreases or not? Because as long as he can put niggas in jail, he's gonna get paid. Ben Jones. Well, put it like this: the dorm got 32 people. I mean, 32 rooms. 2 people per room, brother. Ben. That means 2 people times 32. That means he's supposed to only have what? What? Up top is 20. So it's 32 rooms in there. 32 times 2, 60. Is 64. Yeah, he's only supposed to have 64 inmates per dorm. But he got 3 inmates. So now you look at 32. So you got 100 people per dorm. Just like you said, Ben. 100 people per motherfucking dorm. My question is, how is the fire marshal not pointing the fact out that this jail is dangerously over fucking crowded? How is he getting past all these inspections, man? Man, we've been going for 2 hours on this video. 2 hours, man, and we ain't got but what? 13 likes, and ain't nobody hit the cash out. And then y'all wondering why a nigga can't come and do a video every day? Because after this shit, guess what I gotta do? I gotta walk out this motherfucking room, man. Soon as I finish this video and figure out how I'm gonna pay this shit up to 11 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock right now. I still gotta figure out how I'm gonna get $45 to pay this shit up to 11 o'clock in the morning, then another $45 to pay it up to 11 o'clock Monday morning. But everybody for 11 hours and 12 hours, most people gonna be at church giving Jesus all that motherfucking money, man. That shit's crazy, man. Then people, I'm gonna be real. A lot of times I don't be getting fucked about a broadcast, man. When I gotta get out here and get it out the mud. And this is no offense to my subscribers or whatever, but the truth is what it is. If I gotta go out here and get this shit out the mud, man, why the fuck would I try to hurry back and do a video when I gotta make sure I got a place to stay for the night? And again, it's not you all's fault as subscribers, but come on. If y'all really liking these videos like you say you do, and you don't take shit out of 11 people. Y'all take everybody out of the 11 people that watch it, put $4 on the cash out. Help a nigga out, man. Because soon I'm finna have to end this video because it's going on 11 o'clock, man. I gotta get out and have some money before 12 o'clock midnight, or else now I gotta pay for 2 days. That ain't y'all fault. That's my fault. And it's the fault that the house that I was living in got burnt down. I mean, well, didn't get burnt down, but had a small fire in the kitchen. The reason why I'm living in this hotel. And then, like I say, Miss Mary, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even have a bank account to put the $10,000 in that the SBA has granted us to get my house fixed up and to get my business back online. If it wasn't for Miss Holly, well, a couple other people, me and these puppies wouldn't have nothing to eat. So trying to get the bank account and something to eat was my main focus, to the point where now I still got to come up with rent money. But again, motherfucker gonna go to church tomorrow and give Jesus his shit off top. And then call me Monday, asking me can I help them get their son out of motherfucking jail. No, Miss Mary, stop that. No, hold on. Again, I'm just now telling these people, Miss Mary. No, Miss Mary. Oh, let me just update you, Miss Mary. I finally got the blank, the voided check. I finally got the voided check. So everything should be good about you. But hold on, Miss Mary, please. You have been the biggest blessing to this channel. Regardless. Now, we got 11 people watching. We got good conversation going on. But ain't none of these people that been watching even thought about hitting the cash out. They like what I'm talking about, this shit here. They like that shit, but ain't none of them hit the cash out. Miss Mary, you know I go out my way to do what I have to do. But when it come down to it, I'll come and say, that's why I'm telling you this, what I'm talking about now, Miss Mary. Please, you are the biggest blessings that this channel ever had. Along with Holly Nicholson, Kimberly Williams, man, there's 3 or 4 more people I can't name them right off. But Miss Mary, if it wasn't for you, I would not have the bank account. Remember I did that video the other day? It said, man, if y'all can help me get the bank account, I get this 10G put on there. Ain't damn motherfucker that watched this channel gave nothing on the cash out. You woke up the next day and saw it. And can I just be real, Miss Mary? You paid for the whole fucking the bank account. I'm gonna send you the information so you can see where all that shit, because you know that everything you tell me to do, I do it. I mean, you bless me to do, I do it. Then came back the next day when I called you and told you, well, Miss Mary, I got all this here done. I'm just waiting. And I say, well, right now we just try and get a little food shit. Right now I don't leave about 10 feet. What you do then the next day? And then here you are right now, Miss Mary. And then you tell me, not when I get the 10 grand, don't give you nothing. There's no way the fuck I cannot give you anything. Miss Mary, if it wasn't for you, a lot of time this channel would not have survived. It would not have. And I'm just keeping it real. To all the other subscribers, Brother Ben say, bro, I was there 100 in a dorm when I was there. That was in 2012. Have you been there, man? When you say last time you there was in 2012? Nigga, I was there when, not only was it 3 people to a dorm, but they actually cut down on the food that they were feeding you. They were beating the shit out of people up in there. It was crazy. Steve Prater is the biggest fucktard in Caddo and Freeport. But guess what? Don't nobody hold him accountable for shit. That nigga, Steve Prater, could kill your motherfucking mama and get away with it right now. Me and him done bumped heads. The sheriff of Caddo Parish, me and him done bumped heads quite a few times. And he knows one thing. I respect him, but I don't give a fuck about him because I'm not afraid of him. Man, if you do anything to me, Steve Prater, you know what you're going to do? You're going to actually prove to the public everything that I said right about your racist, motherfucking, money-hungry ass. It's true. Let me show you some other game, Brother Ben, that a lot of people in Freeport and Caddo Parish have no clue about. Do you know every time you get a vehicle taken away from you by the police here in Freeport and Caddo Parish, or you late on your property taxes here in Caddo Parish, Steve Prater would take your property and your motherfucking vehicle, send it to the impound, and once you cannot afford to pay for your shit, he will put it up for auction, and the only people that can bid on your shit, your property, is Danny Lawler and his friends who are friends of Steve Prater. Do you realize the biggest property owner in fucking Freeport is Danny Lawler and Steve Prater? Real shit, bro. Nobody wants to challenge the sheriff. Everybody talk about the mayor and all that again. Like if a nigga gets shot right now, where do you think the mayor is? Well, the mayor probably is sucking the people. I didn't mean to say that. He probably out there doing what he do. But at 4:30 in the morning, when 2 niggas are shooting each other, where do you think the city the mayor is, the city council, and the police chief? They at fucking home, bro. Same place Steve Prater is. But wake up Monday morning, who get all the blame? When your Caddo Parish sheriff has the ability to step in and help do something about all this killing and all this crime in Freeport, because Freeport is the county seat. Other places have county. Freeport is parish. We in Louisiana, we have parish. But Freeport is the parish seat for your sheriff department. Where is your mayor? Where's your sheriff? Where's his office located? Right down the street. on Travis Street in City Hall. If he can have his office building located in City Hall, why the fuck is he not helping us do something about this crime? He don't give a fuck about crime because everybody that commits a crime, eventually, if the crime has a high enough price tag on it, guess where they gonna go? To his motherfucking jail. So your sheriff is the one that everybody should be asking motherfucking questions about. Why the fuck is he allowed to go scot-free and not be held accountable for some of this shit that's going on around here in our neighborhood? Why is the sheriff the only one that ain't nobody questioning, brother Ben? You question your mayor, you question everybody else. Nobody's questioning the sheriff. You know why? Because again, they're afraid of it. Because for everybody from your mayor on down to your parish commission got motherfucking secrets that they can go to prison for in his black book. So in order to keep them going to prison, they'll sell you and I out. Exactly. Let me put the count up. Ben John say he owned the land that they farm and sell to CCC. It's a corrupt cycle. Ben John, man, we need you, Ms. Matt, we need all y'all to keep commenting on this. But see, do y'all realize how deep y'all conversations make this show? Man, we've been going for almost 2 hours now. And right now, I need to go and get off because Ms. Mary just blessed me with another night in this motherfucking room. And Ms. Mary, I've been on here for an hour and 51 minutes asking people if 10 of y'all get $4. And guess what? Ain't damn one of these niggas gay shit. Fuck that. I'm just keeping it real. Not trying to put nobody down, but the truth is, ain't damn one of these niggas gay shit. But some good game, some good information. And that I appreciate that. Don't nobody owe us nothing. But the truth is what it is. You came in, Ms. Mary, on the last end of the show and say, look at your cash out. Some of you men ought to be a fucking shame of yourself, bro. I'm just keep that shit real, bro. Because it be women. Now, I'm not saying all women, because there's a couple of men that do help this channel when they can. But man, if you just on here just to get your point of view heard or your comment heard, I appreciate that. But the truth is, I really don't give a fuck. But that shit not finna help me go pay these folks over here. It's the women. And that's the way it is in our community. Black men, we need to fucking step up. Because it's these black women who are really taking care of our community right now. Black men are fucking null and void, really, when it comes to taking care of our community. It's black women. They're the ones who've been left alone with these fucking these children, and have to raise your motherfucking child as a single parent to be a responsible and productive member of society. They're the ones who go to church and support the churches. They're the ones, you got more black women who are real valuable community activists than you do black men. Black men are pieces of shit right now. That's why we're being allowed to be murdered the fucking way that we are. Because we ain't doing shit for our community. But it's black women who are taking care of our community. Even on this channel, it is black women who have caused this channel to get to the point where we at. Again, I have to tell Miss Mary, and y'all go look at her name, look her up. But I have to tell her, no, Miss Mary, I don't need but $12. And then I get that 12 4 times more than that. Holly Nicholson. Hey, Holly, I don't need but $8. Can you help a nigga out, Bobo? 5 times more than that. JoJo Jones. Hey, Ben Jones say true. JoJo Jones just come in. Man, I hate y'all came at the end, but again, Miss Mary just came in and put me in a situation where I can go talk to these folks over here. Whereas now, I ain't got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and try to figure out how I'm going to make enough money by noontime to make this shit happen. Again, black men, we need to step the fuck up. And it's not by my channel at all. But as black men, we need to step the fuck up in our community, bro. We're the most irrelevant motherfuckers on the face of the planet. And I'm gonna be real. Then you wonder why that God that you all serve is allowing us to be shot down in the motherfucking middle of the street. Because three-fourths of it ain't by shit, bruh. You'll get up in the morning. And y'all know I ain't a religious person, but most of y'all niggas will get up in the morning, send your wife and child to church, your wife and your children to church with your tithe money, but you won't get up and go to church your own motherfucking self. Then when pastor get caught fucking your wife, you act like you got a problem. Can I keep this shit real? Can I keep it real? Black men, we wonder why we're going through what we're going through. But don't y'all realize, especially for you Christian black men, that whatever fucking seed you sow, that's what you gonna fucking reap. We sowing seeds of fuck shit as black men and wondering why we getting shot down in the middle of the motherfucking street on some fuck shit by the police. Quick to talk about God has blessed me with this new car, this new house, this and that. So God bless you with that prostitute. God bless you with that extra wife outside your wife. Because I know a lot of these niggas around here in big time position. The reason why they feel the real news behind news and free, because I know they secrets. I know who fucking faggots. I know who fucking prostitutes. I know who molesting kids. Half y'all gonna go to church tomorrow and the pastor can fuck your daughter or your son when you go to church tomorrow. And you don't even fucking know it. I know it. Because everybody tells me everything and want me to put the shit out in public, put my life and everything on the line. But when I ask the nigga, if 10 of y'all give me $4 on Cash App and help me pay for this room for another night, and that nigga always asking for motherfucking money. You don't say that shit when you go to church tomorrow. Pastor asks you for motherfucking money every goddamn Sunday and tell you that Jesus gonna kill you if you don't give it to him. Either Pastor Jesus or your God is a drug addict, he's buying pussy or something. Because every morning, every motherfucking Sunday, that same God needs money. 3,000 churches in motherfucking Shreveport. And each one of them sending money to Jesus tomorrow. That money that they give to Jesus tomorrow is going to go into a fucking bank on Monday that you can't even fucking go and get a loan from. And then you call me Monday evening. My son got caught molested. Well, they say the girl was 14. She really 14 and a half. He was going to be 15 in 2 months. But I know he 22, but my son ain't no bad kid. Man, your son a piece of shit. He was fucking a 15-year-old girl, and now you want me to call the DA and ask the DA, hey man, what's it? No, I'm not gonna call the DA. If anything, I call the DA, I'm gonna tell him that nigga that fucked that little 15, that 22-year-old nigga that fucked that little 15-year-old girl, make sure that nigga face justice. For real. I'm just keep it real, man. I'm just keep it real. Anybody else got anybody else got any comments? I know this show that took in the last 2 minutes took a whole turn from what y'all was used to, but fuck that. I'm keeping it real, man. Black folk can support everything that don't mean us no motherfucking bullshit. Let me show you Negroes that's going to church tomorrow some real shit. Do you realize your whole concept of God came from who? Some white boys who 400 years ago had a bullwhip in this motherfucking hand and a Bible in this hand saying, Jesus love you, nigga, and if you don't believe it, I'll kill your ass. Slaves, obey your master. And if I hit you in your right cheek, turn around, let me hit you in your left cheek. And you niggas ain't left the indoctrination from 400 years. Willie Lynch said, if we indoctrinate these niggas right, this shit gonna last for 300 years at least, maybe into 1,000. He said, what we gotta do, we gotta get these niggas fighting each other on so many levels that the only people they trust is us. Think about that, y'all. Willie Lynch said we got to put the old black man against the young black man. Put the young black man against the old black man. We got to put the old black male against the black. Old black female against the young black female. The young black female against the old black female. We got to put the light skinned female against the dark skinned female. We got to put the dark skinned male against the light skinned male. We got to have these niggas fighting each other so much that the only person they would trust is us. Here we are right now as Negroes, 400 years, still running around here talking about white supremacy, hands up, don't shoot, slavery, asking a God that fucking kept you, brought you here as slave, asking him to help you against white supremacy. Do you realize your version of God, you Christian, Muslim, and Jew, is where your idea of racism fucking comes from? Do you realize your God is such a racist motherfucker that he created all these different brands of mankind? Blacks, white, Hispanic. He created everybody on this fucking earth and said the Jews, the Hebrews are my favorite and my chosen people. Do you realize that's racist in its motherfucking origin? So you're praying to a racist motherfucking God to help stop the racists that he ordained or who he thinks to help you overcome these motherfuckers. If he created me and you and then told us that the Jews are his chosen people, why the fuck you think we still run around here talking about white supremacy? Come on, man. How fucking ignorant do you have to be to not put two and two together? Hey, Sister Kimberly Williams, which is another woman that is blessed. Do y'all realize there's more women that bless this channel than anything? And if it weren't for Miss Mary, Kimberly, Holly Nicholson, and maybe 2 or 3 more motherfucking women, this channel would have been through 6, 7 months ago. But back to what I'm saying. You Negroes don't understand that your God is the racist, most racist piece of shit. Man, let me ask y'all a question. Now, I want y'all to do this research. This ain't just me talking. Go do your research. Do you realize the God of the Bible is the most violent and psychotic killer, serial killer in the history of the world? How many people do y'all think the God of the Bible murdered unnecessarily just in the Old Testament? First and foremost, everybody that was on the earth during the time of the flood, he murdered them unnecessarily. So what if it was 2 million people on the earth during the time of flood? That's at least 2 million to fucking start. Because he could have easily killed Satan, took him out the motherfucking way, and all them people could have survived. I'm going to show you how psychotic this God that religion has given you is. This motherfucker would rather kill innocent babies to prove a point to fucking Pharaoh. Wow. Now I don't hear that shit, did you? This man, this God, murdered innocent fucking children when he could have killed Pharaoh. How many times in the Bible does it mention this God that you all going to church in a couple of hours to worship killed innocent motherfucking children instead of dealing with the problem, which was Satan? He could have killed Satan and cut out sin at any given time, but guess what he chose to do? He chose to crucify his own motherfucking son. Don't that sound like a psychopath to y'all? Oh, no, y'all don't want to hear that because grandmama taught me about that. Who the fuck you think taught your grandmama about this racist ass God? Your great-great-great-grandmama. And what was she when she learned about this racist ass God? A fucking slave who was in a cotton field 6 motherfucking days a week, 12 hours a day, and the only time she got a rest was on Sunday. But for 4 hours of that Sunday morning, she had to go and listen to this white man who sold her fucking kids to other white men, beat her husband to death. She had to listen to this white man with a Bible in his hand saying, Jesus loves you, and a shotgun or a bullwhip in his hand saying, now, if you don't believe that shit, I will kill you, nigga. And then y'all wondering why racism still exists. You niggas are supporting the racist doctrine through your religion. Because that God of the Bible does not give a fuck about you. The God of the Bible told you, slaves, obey your motherfucking master. Does it not say that? Didn't Jesus say, slaves, obey your master? When anybody that knows, slavery is not natural for a human being. Oh, well, we ain't slaves today. We free. Go down there to the penitentiary and tell them niggas that. Matter of fact, go back to your Constitution. What was the 13th Amendment? When they say, we gonna free the niggas that's in slavery, but catch a fucking felony. Didn't those 16th Amendment say that no man shall be deprived of freedom, liberty, or whatever, unless what? He's convicted of a felony. Nigga, let me show y'all some real shit. Slavery has never stopped. When they banned slavery, do you realize they came up with sharecropping? Where niggas had to sit on these motherfucking plantations that they just got through working on as slaves. The master owned the stoves and all that shit. They had to work the land for master. He give them $3 a fucking day. I mean, $1, 50 cents or $1 a day. They had to go and buy all that shit from master. Another form of slavery. Then, now after sharecropping, they came with Jim Crow. And after Jim Crow, the most sadistic and subliminal form of slavery was the prison system, where your government, whether it be state or national, or the motherfucking slave owners. Your penitentiaries are the slave plantations. Your motherfucking wardens and overseers and your COs are the overseers of these slave plantations known as penitentiary. And your police are the motherfucking slave catchers. Nigga, slavery has never stopped. Never will stop. Never will cease. But guess what? The first book they give your black ass when you go to prison? The Bible. They won't let you get a Quran because they feel you might get militant. They won't. You got to have your family to send you certain books that they might say this is not allowed at the penitentiary. But the one book that they going to give your black ass when you go to prison is a Bible. You know why? Because they want you to read that part. Slave, obey your motherfucking master. And if I hit you in your motherfucking left cheek, turn around, let me hit your right cheek. And don't say a goddamn thing. Continue to be my faithful slave. Man, y'all give me a minute. I'm going, wait a minute, one of these puppies just farted. Oh my God. Those two sleep. Try to get your motherfucking ass on. Come on, you want to walk up here to the bank with that? Come on, you go to the bank. Got to apply for him. Get over there. Dad gonna take you to the bank. Let me and her sneak out here. Go up here, get the money from the bank so I can go and pay these people so we have at least another day and a half in this room. We're gonna come back with this tomorrow. If y'all like this video, man, please hit the like button. If y'all want to subscribe to this channel, man, if you don't like what we say, fuck it. Unsubscribe. I don't give a fuck. But the truth is what it is. And we're going to keep it real, man. Miss Mary, love you so much. I wish you was my mama, my auntie, my sister, my cousin, my grandma, Miss Kimberly. I wish y'all was literally part of my family. But guess what? You don't have to have the same blood going through your body to be that important to me, because y'all are just as important as my mama, my sister, if it wasn't for y'all, this channel wouldn't be shit. And all you brothers that's that commented, man, I thank y'all. Keep, man, hitting the like button, keep bringing your comment. Please share these videos. And if you niggas really can, man, hit the cash up, because shit, just because we got enough to pay for the night up until tomorrow, don't mean we ain't got to worry about Monday. I mean, tomorrow to Monday until these folks put their 10 G's on our bank. And the only reason why they going to do that, because Miss Mary, Holly, and other people. Man, we as men got to step up, man. Stop letting these women take care of everything. If y'all like what we doing, you love to comment on this shit, man, please hit the cash out sometime. So until then, all y'all part of my family. And you know, man, I don't care. I'm going to love all y'all, whether they hit the like button, the cash up, or whatever. Miss Mary, I'm going to love everybody, because they are part of what makes this channel. Because these gentlemen that commented today brought some real knowledge for us. But when it comes down to supporting the channel, it's always the women. And we see that in our community. Willie Lynch brought that forth. You know, I'm gonna put this up and I'm going. Willie Lynch said in his second letter, it was called, y'all don't know about the second letter, it was called the nigger marriage. Now, in the nigger marriage, Willie Lynch said, what we gotta do is this what you want to do. If you really want to indoctrinate them, this is what you do. You take the biggest, strongest buck on your plantation, and you take the youngest little boy on your plantation. You take that big, strong ass buck and you beat him to fucking death in front of all the slaves. Then you take that young little bitty 2-year-old boy and you beat him within an inch of his life. Y'all know why Willie Lynch put that synopsis out there in the scenario? Because he said, once you beat this big ass, strong ass alpha male buck to death, and he can't do nothing about it, and all these slaves watching him get beat to death, they're gonna be terrified of master. Then you beat this little bit ass 2-year-old boy up halfway to death, and then give him back to his mama. Guess what the black female gonna do? She gonna raise her sons to be strong as fuck and work their ass off of master. But mentally, they're going to be afraid to challenge the system. Game, motherfucker. He said, as long as you beat that little bitty boy after they done watch this grown-ass big alpha motherfucking male who picking up trees, carrying them on his shoulder. Once you beat his motherfucking ass to death in front of all these slaves, and then you beat that little boy to the point he barely alive, then you pick him up and give him to his mama and say, take care of him. She gonna raise that little boy, never challenge the system of white supremacy. You can beat the shit out of any other one of these niggas that try to take your cornbread, but don't never challenge master. She gonna raise that little boy to be a docile, motherfucking, strong-ass ox. Well, he'll work the fuck out of himself to please master, but he will never challenge master. But he'll go around and kill any other Negro that challenges him. Can't y'all see? And then Willie Lynch say, if we do this shit right, it's gonna last for at least 300 to 1,000 years. Can't y'all see that shit right now? These niggas around here kill each other, kill each other all goddamn day. But ain't none of them trying to fuck with these bankers that's denying a motherfucking home loan. Or these leaders of these corporations that systematically oppressing them through racism for promoting them on jobs. Niggas will kill each other, but will not challenge that motherfucking white man. But get on Facebook, YouTube, and all this shit and talk all that shit. Well, we in the real new behind new. One of the reasons why that we have to ask y'all for donation is because the system that be do not like me. Because they know I challenge their motherfucking ass. And guess what? God is my witness. Go back and look at my history over the last 10 years. Not only do I challenge them, but I win. That's why the black people in Freeport look at me as like a champion. I ain't never lost against these motherfuckers. And I will never fight for something that ain't completely for the benefit of all black people. If you come to me, talking to me about, well, my son, the girl told him she was 19. Bitch, you know that girl was 17. Bitch, the little girl stayed up the corner, right up the street. And you know your son was 37. Fuck, I look like going and talking to the DA because your 37-year-old son fucked this 12, 13, 14-year-old girl. Ma'am, if you and your son don't get the fuck out my face with that bullshit. Matter of fact, didn't you just go to church? Didn't you just give Jesus tithe money? Ask Jesus to help you call the DA. Other than that, you miss me. Hey, y'all, we gotta go. We gotta go. I'm finna go. I gotta catch this bank. Yeah, it's 11:20. Catch this bank, try to get this money. Go get these folk this money so that I have my shit paid up into this. Miss Mary, I love you so much. Y'all give me a second. We'll be back in the morning. Since I ain't got to get up early in the morning now and try to hustle something for another day. Thank you, Miss Mary. Thank y'all for watching. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Most importantly, tell everybody about this crazy Negro that tells you the truth. The real news behind news. Till then, y'all be blessed. Come on, that baby girl. You gonna go there? We gotta go to the bank so we come back and get this nigga this money, man. Really, I ought to go in there, kick that motherfucker door in, man. Tell them nigga, man, they ain't lame to get shit, man. I'm paying all this goddamn money I'm paid. All this shit, man. Y'all motherfuckers gonna come about 45, man. Fuck y'all. All these motherfucking hoes running, man, all this shit, man. These niggas gonna split up behind this motherfucking rent money. I should be good every fucking week. We nigga didn't say shit when we paid up all them weeks in the van, did it? Huh, child? Y'all lay y'all asses down. I'm taking your mom out. The first one of y'all bark, I'm kicking you in the mouth when I get back.